Hello guys, Tops here. Today, how to fight the artifact RELIQUARY. And this is the second legendary location, the second new one that we have in the game. And we will just jump right into it. You can read this, kinda nice if you want. Attack. So from a difficulty level, I would say this is similar to Library but easier. And again, this fight get kind of cheesed by dogs to a certain degree. This time we have less of these flesh golems. We have only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only 4 of these flesh golems from the last thing, and we have 4 of the necromancers. What we have is 3 of the big ones. These are kind of like Unholds, and they hit like trucks. They're kind of like armored Unholds. Really nasty, these guys, if they hit. They seem to have poor armor efficiency though. That guy, the Grand Diviner, has a really nasty Fame Flail that we will get as a reward from fighting this thing. And again, these guys do not revive. So the general strategy, at least in my opinion, is we try to tank this guy down with a tank. Ideally, because this thing makes a poison miasma. We do this with the Battleforge tank, who has the E.G. Rock helmet or armor, so he regenerates the damage that he takes from the miasma. And we try to tank and kill the golems as fast as possible. But at the same time, we also try to get on top of the necromancers, get them in combat, so these things can't use their abilities. And also, if we kill this guy, he will respawn as one of the necromancers. So these are kind of like the lore keepers things, but there are only 4 of them. These flesh cradles are unkillable. They explode if you put a brother near, or they get exploded by the necromancers, and they make a miasma and do damage. So they're basically like the corpses. These are basically like mines. You don't have to destroy them. You do not have to interact with them. They are irrelevant. So, and again, we are not optimal prepared for this. You can go there with a stronger team than I currently have, and that would be probably better. And as you can see, yeah, there are already the pulls happening. The necromancer pulled them in, which is yeah, a little bit problematic. Because we kind of want to kill these guys and we want to kill them on our terms, but there's like, you have to try a little bit and get used to the fact that these guys just pull you into combat, even if you don't want to get pulled into combat. That's kind of part of the deal. The problem is now that my forge tank is down here and I cannot engage this guy really. I think we're just gonna skip and see where this guy goes, just for safety measure. Obviously, could have attacked with him. Also again, like 12 dogs are really useful in this fight, because the dogs go kill the necromancers, bind them in combat so they can't use abilities. They go kill these guys, they help you kill these guys, and yeah, this guy as well. He isn't that strong, in my opinion. Again, the dangerous part is the exploding thing and pulling stuff into combat. That's the dangerous part of the whole fight. And the golems, as you kind of saw, they have like an AoE attack but relatively bad armor efficiency, so if you have forge you're probably fine. And now we are in combat with this fucker. And there, he makes the miasma on the hit, which is something we kind of would like to have avoided, let's say. The dog goes after these. So we try to tank this down with Indom. Ideally we would have our forge tank with the proper armor attachment go tank this down, but you know, I just make this video quickly to show you. So there's a lot of room for optimization and having better teams who can do the job better. As you can see, the dogs are smart. They are targeting the right targets, which are the necromancers down the line. Again, ranged rolls, because of the pull mechanic, are a little bit dangerous to have in this fight. And as you can see, as soon as somebody goes near them, these things explode. Stuff like taunt might help you, so this guy actually attacks the tanks and nobody else. My flash golem just killed my dogs. But again, these guys do not regenerate. They do not come back. When they are hit, when they're dead, they are dead. And when they are hit, they're hit. So that is that. Yeah, so this is kind of like a little bit of a race versus time, you might say. And again, I have like by far not an optimal team, I just have what I have. So, but this goes to show you, you can kind of do this mission, even early on. You might just take a couple of casualties. But it is potentially doable early, even if you have a bunch of trash bows. And by far not the optimal setup for this. Yeah, our traumatized guy got hit. Again, Battleforge seems to be drastically superior than Nimble in this fight. As you can see, the Forge guys are barely taking any damage. Only from the miasma, the Nimble guys taking quite a lot of damage. Yeah. Yeah, now we can start shooting at them. Then we have to be careful, because these guys can pull us into combat, as seen here. Now we kinda have to save him. Let's see how long our tank can hold there, the flank there. Ideally, we want to have somebody already running at the other necromancers. Because ideally, we kill the 4 necromancer before we kill this guy. Again, that's why we try to have a regenerating Battleforge tank in front of him, so you know, he just gets... Yeah, so he basically can tank forever. We do not have to indom with our other guy here. Again, get away from the corpses if you can, because these guys, they can explode the corpses, which is of course something that does damage to us. So kind of want to avoid that a little bit. Yeah, and now our job is to run into necromancers, kill the necromancers, kill this guy, hope that our tank survives, and yeah, that's the whole fight. And again, the flail is swingy, but does a lot of damage if he hits, so shouldn't be underestimated. Trying to get away from this flail if possible is highly advised. And again, trying to not kill this guy before we can kill all the necromancers. So he will go out of indom next turn, which is a problem. Yeah, also they have a disarm, which is quite nasty. Not nasty, it's basically. Yeah, I think this guy got killed by his own golem, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure though. Looked like he died to the AoE attack. Yeah. And as you can see, again, the golems don't do much damage, even to my archers, so they are not really a threat. Unless this guy. And the big ones, they are a threat, they do a lot of damage. As you can see, it's kind of like a race versus time. How long can your tank tank? The answer is usually not too long. Oh, the golem got exploded. It seems they can explode the golems when they are on low HP. They killed the necromancer with that. Also did huge amount of damage to my gunner, and my tank is out of tanking. Out of tank capability, so to speak. Yeah, so if you prepare and basically build them like the monolith tank, I've made videos about how I built the monolith tank. You can watch them if you like to. The monolith tank, basically a Battleforge tank, and we have the Battleforge tank, where is he? Yeah, this guy with the EG Rock armor. By the way, we also have the EG Rock armor. and that should make him immune to the miasma attacks, and he should be able to tank this guy for a long time. And as you can see, if we have, just imagine we had more dogs and more better bros, we could have easily killed these guys and then tank the other one. While one guy is tanking, we kill this guy and the other guys, and then it's easy, right? I think you can see that it is not too complicated. Yeah, as you can see, dogs are the secret heroes of these fights. Yeah, just like library, dogs cheese this fight. And if you are proper prepared for this, I think you can beat it relatively early. I assume these guys have fearsome, because when they hit, all bros seem to break quite easily, so I just assume they have fearsome. I'm not 100% sure if they have. Yeah, as you can see, they have a rough time dealing with the dogs, and you can see already how much damage the dogs are doing, how much impact they are having. Yeah, they kind of have, or can have, some AoE attacks. Like sometimes AoE, sometimes in a line, so a little bit like, maybe they're more like shards, now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe a little bit more like shards. You roll it, that is fine. And again, I just want to do this fight fast without taking any care and any preparation. I just want to show you the nice and shiny weapon that you get at the end. Yeah. Well, this guy's not dead. The only thing we have to do now is this guy, kill this guy. Watch out, the flail has an AoE attack like the sword lance with 2-tile reach, so that's quite nasty. But the armor is not high. He has nimble with not too many hit points, so as you can see, he takes tremendous amount of damage and dies. So we lost two guys, a gunner and our noob. As you can see, we get this, the Cowl of Divination, and the Ropes of Destination with nimble armor. And then at the end, we get this one, Censer of Diviner, which is the new famed flail, which is an excellent weapon. As you can see, it does 60 to 110 damage, has 30% armor pen, 110% armor efficiency, just like the normal two-handed flail, but with way more base damage, as you can see. And it has the 3 tiles away AoE attack that leaves a miasma, and it has the single target attack that also leaves the miasma. And unlike most AoE weapons, the AoE attack in this case actually does the same damage as the single target attack. So that is quite nicely. And of course it is increased with Flame Mastery, so we get additional 10% armor pen on headshots. So this, especially with the AoE, combines very nicely with Headhunter. And just for comparison, this is a Fame Flare with additional damage and armor pen. So that thing is quite a bit stronger than that thing, at least in terms of damage. And this is a quite well rolled Fame Flare. Alright guys, this is that, and this is the Archer with the bleeding stack. Again, this guy is doing quite well. Yeah, so I hope you could see how easy this fight potentially is if you are well prepared and you, train a little bit, maybe practices a little bit, do it a couple of times. Very easy to do. Yeah, alright guys, I hope you had fun. If you did so, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.